Are you tired of the same old sports media? Are you tired of hot takes, arguments, and questions that are just completely off base?
I like off base. You have something for you. You can lose a lot.
Touchdowns and tangents. Of the people, for the people, by people who care about the culture and all concise
care about the
commentary.
Episode 198, if I don't completely undercut everything in the first 5 seconds.
Like, I don't know what's louder. Like, those squeaky Crocs, or I know your feet are sweaty because you just slipped them on. Or like,
hey, at least they're clean Crocs, so.
Okay, at least you clean the Crocs. Because you wear dirty Crocs and you didn't wash your feet because you were in the car. Like, that's gross. You're a disgusting human being. But you're a Padres fan wearing a Dodgers shirt and you're a Clippers fan who covers the Lakers.
With the Angels. I'm a Padres fan via Angels fandom.
And you're
wearing a Dodger shirt.
And you're a Vegas Raiders fan.
Makes no sense.
Who kind of likes the Chargers a little bit. You're like the ultimate sports masochist.
But yeah, man, that's actually a great way to describe it. I'm going to get that on my business cards. But yeah, for those of you who don't know and just somehow clicked on this and randomly on Twitter or something like that, this is Touchdowns and Tangents, your topical... Oh, I fucked it up.
You actually didn't.
Welcome.
Shout out.
Your spot for NFL takes and topical tangents. My bad.
Context for the culture. Shout out to our affiliates, the X Squad affiliates, Good News Sports, Good News Radio. Make sure you get the app, because if you have the app, you can actually call in from the app instead of using the numbers. And it's brand new. They fixed it up and relaunched it. So there was that. Shout out to Keith, and I hope you're not watching the Panthers game right now. You don't need that stress in your life.
Yeah, no one's excited for that game. But yeah, I guess that's why I'm a little loopy. Thursday Night Football is another sorry game, and also we got a special edition today. Going to be talking a little bit of politics.
Man. This is a crossover episode.
Should get spooky and scary.
Don't say spooky. That's racist.
Is it?
Spook. Spook is racist.
Yeah, no, I know spook is racist, but does spooky come from spook?
Yes. You just had a Y.
Wow.
Think about it.
We got there.
Well, it takes back to like Halloween tradition and the racist traditions of Halloween.
I guess I don't really even know what a spook is, other than I know that it's a racist term.
The Spook Who Sat by the Door. It's related to a black person. And it was a really great book. You should actually definitely read it.
Like, I know what it is, like as a racial slur, but like I don't actually know what the word was originally intended to mean.
Kind of just to dig at black. It's almost like the same way porch monkey is like a racist term, and it's a dig at black people. That makes no sense.
But I'm saying, like,
so the same thing with spooky. It's like, oh, you call someone a spook, and they're spooky, so that's how you describe them.
Yeah, I'm gonna look this up.
It's like, yeah, and also on Halloween, like,
it's supposed to be a spy.
Yeah,
that's where it comes from.
But also, yeah, there's a lot of racist undertones, and low key, there's a lot of words that we don't realize.
It's a Dutch word,
and the Dutch are definitely racist. Dutch are totally racist. Uber racist.
Because no, trust me, I
Not again. Oh, man. Mancini. Is the
hey,
one.
man, what happened at 8 o'clock? What's this 8:10 bullshit?
You're on air right now.
On the air. That's why I said 8:10. We haven't even finished our intro yet, sir.
Man, surprise, motherfuckers. We're here. You said 8? No. Better yet, you said 7:55. We're here. All right.
He called. Yeah, I said that either or, but y'all called in late. I like the energy though. Pete's wearing Crocs with no socks.
Dude, I'm ass naked. You caught me ass naked right now. And you know, it was Ryan and I. We were going over it, and I don't mean to interrupt your intro, but we were going over it. I'm like, you know what? These dudes better pick a time, otherwise this double appearance is going to be a single appearance. So
Sebastian had plans tonight, clearly.
I have plans. I'm just acting like I do.
It's quarantine time, man. It's quarantine season. You get away with that.
So for those of you who don't know, we're joined by our friends. A show that really, what would you say?
You're our fucking sons. I'm kidding. I'm just playing.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say son, but
they definitely
we are not the father.
They definitely have appeared on our show and used it as a launch pad,
an incubator.
But yeah,
launch pad's a good word. Yeah, we don't like to admit that it was sort of the genesis of our show, but it really was.
But yeah, it's our boys from the Mars on Live show. For those of you who haven't got to check it out, why don't you go ahead and tell them what your show's about and what they can expect over this next crossover show?
you got it. So for all of our Mars on Life listeners at the moment that are thinking, what happened to Ryan and Sebastian? Is this like one of those jury duty things where they have to find people to step in and host for them? No. Don't sweat it. This is a crossover episode with the legendary Pete DiCamarillo and Kenneth Frank James
Fam,
Barry.
we're way too colored to be your alternates.
Were there plus
I'm just
two?
ignore that and move on.
Yeah, please do.
But,
Damn it, Pete.
yeah, we, well, I guess to kind of give our, I don't know what to say, our other fellow travelers and listeners out there, we are a arts and entertainment podcast that covers a lot of what's going on in and around Southern California. We do our absolute best to make sure that we cover how artists in and around Southern California are able to use some art form and use it to reflect society. And that could be to damn society, or that could be to give praise to something in society. And yeah, we try and cover.
Not
as
sure
much
where
news
we
as
fall on
can.
that spectrum, but go ahead.
Everywhere, bro. We are the spectrum.
Oh, you guys are right on the spectrum. You guys are podcasters and journalists.
Hey,
you're
sir,
right
I was an
there.
honor
You're-
student in school. I was not on the spectrum. How dare you?
It was the
I'm not a
it was the
spectrum
other gifted child classroom.
For real? It was only me and one female teacher in there. Wait. Oh, shit. Is that a repressed memory? Never mind.
I want to get that checked out.
Bro, we already canceled 7 minutes into this episode.
You were canceled when you walked in. Oh, sweaty feet ass. He
Yeah,
literally...
guys, I guess... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Kenny.
He killed me for like wanting some discount, nice ass over the top slippers that I saw at Nordstrom Rack. Because he said, "Oh, they're $300 retail." I'm like, "Yeah, but they're $75 in clearance." So I got off my back. He's like, "Don't wear those. Don't buy them." And he comes in on some fucking dad Crocs.
Hey,
With,
these
like
were given
with
to
the
me?
back
No,
of them
I-
down.
I
the
gotta
back of them aren't even up.
I gotta admit, I'm in a very long-lasting, very positive relationship with my current girlfriend now. But I gotta be honest, the Crocs that I was gifted from, let's just say, an old flame, has stood the test of time very well.
That's what I'm saying.
Now it's a chew toy for our new dog. But you know, the
Dog talk.
the memory's still there, and they hold up. So, you know.
I'm telling you, man. I've seen the light of Crocs. I was clowning on everyone for a long time, but
You were the worst.
How long
I'm
have
happy
you
to
had
say
those
I'm a
Crocs?
Crocketeer. 5 days.
Did you just say
Oh, you've only had it for 5 days?
Yeah.
Have you taken them off in the last 5 days?
Oh my god. That shows the fucking like ingenuity of Crocs. I've had mine for like a year and a half, and it hasn't fucking cracked once. Because it's made out of like plastic or something. A rubber
I'm on day.
plastic.
I think I took like a 2-day hiatus just to like let them air out. But yeah, they've been
put
on pretty
baby-
consistently.
Did you put baby powder on the bottom of them?
I mean, are we getting into the intricacies of my sweat and BO now?
No, just like
Is that a topic?
you
of
can
the
put
show?
baby powder in a lot
You
of
don't
different
need to
places,
vent them
bro.
out. I was gonna say you don't need to vent them out; they're full of holes. They're fine.
Yeah,
Nah,
man. You're also not a 250-pound man.
Offensive
also
linemen
noticing a couple
smell a certain way.
I'm also noticing a few disembodied voices that we got at the other end joining our excursion to Mars.
Hey! First off, we'll intro our people.
Wow.
Okay,
Relax. We got to give them their special intros. I mean, he's licking his wounds from being a Bears fan, but you mentioned dogs, so that eventually, warms his heart. But man, shout out to you, Eric.
What's up, man?
And then we also have Izzy with us.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Want this election over?
What football
yeah,
team
want to
do
go
you
back
like?
to normal
From
life?
the last episode, you wouldn't shut up about it. It's all our episodes have been, and granted, like that's all that we can talk about nowadays. Give or take. But it's like
In next week's episode, we might have a new president. Kind of.
fair, yeah, no, and I think that's why we've been so gung ho about like these episodes being like political. But when we were going over the schedule, it was like pre-election coverage, and then like post-election coverage, and then like another post-election coverage. It's like, dude, it's time to fucking bury the hatchet with this thing.
Yeah, we've slimmed it back a little bit, just because we realized that 5 episodes of coverage is overkill, and as Freddie Mercury once said, the show must go on. So that's basically how we're going to kind of keep moving forward, even if we still don't know who the next president will be. So, but we've got an awesome panel joining us for our election episodes, or at least for our very first one. We've got a great panel of people. We've got Ryan Perkins joining us, along with Janice Sherrill and Stephen Elias. All 3 of them, well, 2 of them are prior guests to the show. Ryan needs no introduction on Touchdowns and Tangents. She's a caller. In fact, she might be listening in right now. I did tell her that we were going to be on tonight, so...
It historically flames Pete. Like, just flames him to oblivion.
I'm just going to sit here and check on the corner.
Don't have
The jokes in my head are much funnier than yours, Kenny.
I know. I know. That's why you can't say them on the air.
I was going to point out, too, with Kenny, that's just it. Being part of Touchdowns and Tangents, I'd come on and be the political correspondent. We've been so blessed to know that, even hopefully, obviously if everything turns out the way people think it should go, we're so thrilled to have Kenny on as our Oakland correspondent, given that Vice President Harris will be the first vice president from Oakland, California. So, however,
I think you mean Canada.
We were thinking about getting that aide of hers that wanted to make the Masonic Knights Templar police force with the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station, but unfortunately he was unavailable. So
Templar?
You got me.
Dude,
I'm
that
not
was a
kidding.
deep
Knights
cut.
Templar, yeah.
That was a wild story.
That was a deep cut, man.
But yeah, so I mean...
I'm watching Waco right now, and you just fucking triggered something.
Wow.
Oh, you're going to be spazzing out for the next hour. It's equivalent to a drug trip.
But yeah, so Ryan, as you mentioned, you've been on the show before, talk about the election at different kind of touch points throughout the show, and Sebastian, you've come on to introduce the show. But I'm just curious, like, now that we're here, in November, the first crossover show was in February, so pre-pandemic, pre all this.
Well, pre-Mars on Life.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So now that we're here, like, how does it feel? Because at one point, we didn't even think we were going to get here.
I mean, it's, we didn't think we'd have a pandemic kind of come and sort of, stop all of our little gatherings of, recording the show and then editing it and making sure that it was out there for people to hear. Once the pandemic started, we talked a lot about, how are we going to do this? How are we going to, push forward? Obviously, we're going to have to do it remotely. And to boot, that was going to be our first episode featuring our first guest, Shawnee Badger. And, we worked out a few things and we were able to work it out so that Shawnee could still join us, though it had to be through Skype. Despite the fact that we should be using Discord, as I was made very aware the other evening when we were doing the pre-record
Oh, dude,
for our
we
election
torched his
episodes.
ass. We fought. Oh, we laid it into him. But go on.
That might change in the future, but yeah, no, it's just, if anything, it's been about, finding